Welcome back, students. Are you ready for your next lesson? Alright, we're going to be using our knives again today. You remember so far, you've had to learn how to build calluses on your fingers that you're going to be pulling the string with. You've learned how to use that muscle to build that deltoid up. Well, today we're going to add another new skill to that. Where you've been using your knives lately, chances are they're going to get dull. And more people get hurt by dull knives than by sharp knives, because a dull knife tends to slide over the work surface instead of biting in. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of geometry today. You notice what I've got here is a 90-degree angle. This is called. It's square. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that. And you could use any piece of paper for this. If your mom and dad have those little post-it note square cards, they work even better. Alright, I've still got a 90 degree down here, but where I've cut it in half, this is now 45. Well, I'm going to fold it again, and that 45 in half again becomes a 22.5 degree angle. Now, the reason that is important is for an all-purpose knife, that's a real good angle to measure with to sharpen your knife. You practice like you're whittling off of that sharpening stone at a 22.5 degree angle. Maintain that angle the whole time. Alright. Now once you've got the edge back on your knife, you're going to take your bow, and down near the end of it, you're going to cut in, and you're going to take out little chips all the way around it. Always cutting down. Never cutting toward your hand. Cut and slide it across. You're going to take those little chips out. You're going all the way around your bow. What you're doing is you're making a groove for that clove hitch to fit into. Don't try to be in a hurry. Take real small slivers out. And always be pushing down. Don't ever be pulling toward you. That will get you hurt. Down. That's why I've got it on a work surface. Okay. Once you've got all the way around, you can go around 2 or 3 times to make it as deep as you want. Once you've got it all the way around, you're going to be bending your bow. And you're going to be tying that clove hitch. And the way I showed you to throw it with 2 loops, that's what you're going to want to do. And you're going to stick a half hitch in it to make sure it doesn't slide. And where it's in your groove, it'll stay real well. And you want your bow string to be just a little bit bigger than the length of your hand and thumb away. This is about right. Then you're going to look at your bow. You're going to figure out where the widest spot is. You're going to come over here on the string, and you're going to make a mark all the way around your string with a Sharpie. Once you've done that, you're going to take something that's square. In this case, I'm using a cardboard box with a good square corner on it. Now you notice I'm lining the top of the box up with my string mark and the other along the bow. And then I'm going to take and make a mark on my bow. And then I'm going to follow that mark all the way around my bow. So when you're all done, you have a pair of marks on the bow and on the string. What those are going to be for is when you get ready to put your bow and arrow together, you're going to take the notch on your arrow, put it on the string mark, and take the other one and put it right there where the bow is. Alright? Then when you grip it with the fleshy part of your fingers, you're going to roll your hand back a little bit so that arrow stays up against the bow. A lot of new people just grab that like this with their fingers in that groove, and the minute they pull the bow back, the arrow goes away. You want to be able to control that arrow using your 2 marks as a reference. Alright? Very important. So on the next lesson, find you a straight stick out in the woods, just a little bit bigger around than a pencil, and about 3 foot long. Roughly, if you take your finger out as far as you can, you want it to be coming back almost to your nose. And if it goes a little beyond your finger out there for now, that's okay too for now. So you'll be looking for a stick to use for an arrow. Now, so far, let's have a quick review. We've covered the fleshy part of the fingers that you're going to be using to grab your bowstring, not the notch. We've covered the deltoid muscle that you're going to be building up so you can hold your bow and arrow back all right. Another little thing we're going to go over is when you pull that bowstring back, you're going to want that finger, you want to stick your thumb up and out. So when you pull it back, you want this joint of your thumb to come and touch you right here high on the cheekbone every time. That way every shot is going to be the same. We've also covered a couple of knots. The clove hitch with a half hitch and the timber hitch. You need to go back and review your knots, how you hold the bow or any of that stuff. Remember, go on back because we're getting close to the critical part where we're going to be shooting that arrow out of that bow. Next time, we start the arrow. Thank you, and look forward to talking to you again.